St Albert, Miss Cohen here. I am going to show you a few fun experiments that you can try at home that should be easy enough to do, and hopefully you have all of the materials kicking about the house for you to grab and have fun with. The first experiment I'm going to show you how to do is how to create an invisible text. So what you'll need is a chopstick, you'll need a piece of paper for recording your message, you will need a candle, some matches, which hopefully you will let your mum or your dad or an older sibling set alight, and half of a lemon that's already been squeezed. So what you do is you use your lemon and you get your chopstick and start to squeeze the lemon juice out of it like this, and you start to write a message on the bit of paper. So I'm not going to tell you because it's an invisible text and it's a secret message. Okay, so I start to write my message with the lemon juice. Okay, that's it. I can see it getting the page wet, which is what I'm after. Okay, so I'm going to write my message and I'll show you the next step after I have finished my secret. Thanks. Okay, so I've left my invisible text, my secret note, to dry. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to light a match safely. Okay, I'm going to light my tea light, blow it out. I love that smell. I'm going to blow it out and I'm going to take my secret invisible text and I'm going to place it on the top. Okay, not to burn it, just to place it on the top and see if it will dry out my lettering. I can already see it starting to work a little bit. It should kind of, oh wow, it looks like a treasure map almost. So you just place it over, not directly on the top because it will burn it. Okay, so just maybe about 2 centimeters away. Wow, it does show up really well. Cool. Right, so I'm going to keep going with this. Not too close, just giving it a wee heat. Okay, now I have kind of burnt one of the letters, but you'll forgive me. Okay, see if you can read this little message to you, hopefully. I'm going to blow this out because that could have been a Mrs. Doubtfire moment with the lobster. Blow the candle out safely, place it to the side, and then my little message is on the screen here. If you can see it, it says I here, IMISS miss you, which I do very much. You try it at home and give me a reply. Thanks. Experiment number 2 is all about atmospheric pressure. So what you'll need for this one is a piece of cardboard that is long enough to be able to cover the rim of a glass, and you need a glass of cold water. Okay, so take your glass of cold water and fill it up to the very top. Alright, so pouring so that it doesn't go over, but it's pretty much full, which is like this one. Okay, use the flat side of your cardboard to squash that on top of the glass. Okay, so I'm using my hand to secure it in place. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and flip it without any water coming out. Okay, wish me luck. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no water has come out at all. Okay, now what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and take my hand off the bottom. Okay, now some water's spilling out, but I'm hoping not much more will spill out. If it does, I'm outside, so no biggie. Okay, might stand up just to be sure. Okay, I'm going to take my hand away in 3, 2, 1. Whoa, that's amazing. Okay, now if I was to take the cardboard away, all of the water would splash down onto the floor. I don't want to do that. I'm going to see if I can return it to its original state. Tip it back over. Voila, you've got water. Cheers! For this experiment, you will need a straw. Now I've got a funky metal one because it's reusable, but if you have a plastic one, just as good. What else do you need? You need 200 millilitres of cold water. Probably best to put it into a measuring jug so you can make sure you have the exact amount. You will need some dish soap, fairy liquid. You will need some sugar, which I have inside this little bowl here. And you will need a tablespoon measure for measuring out the quantity. Yeah, so far so good. So what we do is we get our water and we add 1 tablespoon of the sugar. So I'm just going to use my little apparatus to make sure that I measure out 2 tablespoons. So that's a wee bit more that I need here. A little bit more. I'm going to tip this in so it's a bit easier. Cool, that's 1 tablespoon exactly. Pop it into the water, okay? Then I'm going to get my fairy liquid. Doesn't need to be fairy, it can be any brand as long as it goes bubbly. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons of the fairy liquid. Hey, where did that elastic band come from? You're not part of the experiment. Okay, here we go. So, couple of tablespoons, that's 1. You. Let it bounce off. And the second. Okay, coolio. Right, it's in. Let that bounce off. I'm going to take my straw. Oh, I can taste the bubbles already. Take the straw and I'm going to give it a proper mix just to make sure that all of the sugar is dissolved. So mix it well, please. Okay, make sure all that sugar is well mixed here. Right, I'm just going to go into my knees to show you the next part. Okay. Does that look okay? Nice and bubbly. I don't see any sugar lying on the bottom, which is good. Cool. Right, I'm ready for my next bit then. So I take a little bit of dish soap, put it on my hands, and maybe a bit more. I'm going to rub it together. Now this tablecloth is really good because it wipes off easily and I can clean it better. And I am going to rub it on my hands and then on the table to kind of have a lubricated surface area. Let's see, I'll do this a wee bit more. Cool, I think that's quite good. Maybe a tiny bit more. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Right, okay, so it looks like it's ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a final little mix and I am going to start to blow a bubble on the surface. Let's try that again. Make sure it works properly. No. No, maybe it's not wet enough, the surface. Gonna add a wee bit of water to the surface just so that the liquids start oozing. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? Like a wee bit more lubricated and fluffy. I think that looks a lot better. A little bit more what I was after in terms of the texture. Now, which bit was in my mouth? Haha, this one. Okay, so let's try that again. Go back. Okay, 1 bubble. So what you do is you just dip it in really softly and try just go straight through the bubble to blow up another bubble. So that's 1 and 2. Dip in again, really, really softly. You need to make it a smaller bubble than the one before. Oh. Okay, I've got 2 bubbles at the moment. 3. 4. Oh, I need to really make it big so it's not as tricky to fit inside. I'll try it again. Maybe my straw is getting a bit soggy. I'll try it again with a new one and make sure this is all mixed, the sugar, etc. Right, let's try. Nope. Ah, come on. That's a good size, isn't it? Right, let's try get one inside there. Cool, let's try get one inside there. Let's try get one inside there. Okay, I can only manage 3 bubbles inside a bubble. How many can you manage? It's a challenge to you. Good luck! Oh, let's try a big one again. Okay, when you've got your balloon blown up, tie it in a knot. This experiment is going to investigate how static electricity can change the state of different liquids, alright? So, once your balloon is blown up, make it static, whoa, on your hair, okay? Once it's nice and static and you've given it a good rub, run the tap over where the static electricity is and see if that affects the direction of the water flow. I'm just going to turn that down a bit and see if that works. Let's see. Is it really changing? A little bit. Going over. Let's try that a wee bit more. Maybe on a dry bit of the balloon. Keep it there. Look. The water's kind of travelling towards the balloon. I'm going to try it again on another dry bit. Gonna have a bad hair day after this. Let's see. Yes, see that water? It's almost like a magnet. Why does it do that? Report and let me know.